All right, so I thought I should do. Well, this is the second edition of like doing art on textiles. So this is a T-shirt I'm working on, and the previous video you saw me drawing it, and see there's the collar right there. So I thought I should maybe kind of tell you how I do it, or show you how I do a little bit of it, to save you some time and all the mistakes that I made when I first started doing art on shirts. I kind of started painting shirts and hand coloring shirts, God, in the late 70s and all the way up till current. But and sometimes I'll screen print just a black and white logo or something, and then go in and hand color it. It makes each shirt its own thing, you know. But these are actually drawn from scratch. So what you start with is a piece of wood. There's wood underneath there, and then you glue your shirt down to the wood with a temporary adhesive. So I'm going to tell a little bit of detail in case somebody else wants to do this. So what I use is this stuff here. Spray mount. You don't have to use spray mount, but it's a good one because you can move it around afterwards, and I've been using it for years. If you're a screen printer, you can use any adhesive for holding t-shirts down when you're printing. So that keeps your shirt down so it doesn't move around when you're drawing and stuff. And then to draw, I showed earlier in a past video, I use the Maltao acrylic pens. And I like these pens a lot. You can get different sizes. You can get all this stuff if you got an art store, or which there's not very many left, I know, but or Amazon. You can order the stuff online. And I draw with those. I put a little bit of additive in them to make them permanent. So, and they stay pretty permanent by themselves, anyways. But if you put a textile medium in your paints, it'll stay even longer. And I use this stuff here. Gack. Again, you just get it online. Amazon. I think I got that on Amazon. And it shows you how to mix it and everything. Just read it and mix them with your acrylic paint, and your paint should stay longer. Now, acrylics stay pretty good anyways, but it's like I said before, I would just wash them real carefully anyways. I like white shirts because you can do anything on white. And back in the day, we did punk merchandise all through the 80s. For punk rock stuff, you didn't do black. You used white shirts. Everything, all the way going back to the 70s punk rock stuff, everything was on white shirts. Look at the stuff that came over from England, the sex shop stuff, all that stuff was on white. We did black sometimes, maybe for Motorhead or one of those bands that crossed over, you know, but for the most part, punk rock we did on white. Now it's all black, I know. And see, black for screen printing is a pain in the ass. And for drawing on, it's pretty limiting what you can do. So it's not like an oil painting where you can just paint in reverse. It's something you gotta wear, right? So you'll notice on these pens, once you draw on them, your colors will kind of stop bleeding at the line. I mean, not all the way, but depending on how much water you put in with your paint. So I'm just doing some washes, kind of, and I'll come in and blend them together in a minute. You can go much thicker on your paints. See, that one's bleeding a little because I got a ton of water in it. But later I'll come in with some red and cover that anyways. So now I'm going to kind of bleed this out a little bit. So soften it up a little, I guess. So now I'm just putting water on. It'll see, I'm not going to get too close to my black line because I don't want it to bleed too far. I'm probably going to come over it all with some colors. You really can't see what I was doing there, sorry. So now, as far as precision goes, I like to design a little flaw into the original. So if it doesn't come out perfect, well, that's the way it's supposed to be, right? So also lay your lighter colors down first because they cover easier than if I had a yellow down. These would just all blend in, which I'll probably put one in later, maybe for the skulls, and you can just kind of go over the greens and the blues and you'll just get some cool colors, that's all. So that's, I want a little texture maybe, so I'm just going to grab some of this paint, maybe throw a little texture around here and there, all the way up to the collar. Alright. So let that dry a little. I'll probably come in with a little more color. Probably kind of leave this somewhat of a loose design. Now, with wet stuff, you got to be real careful handling textiles, which becomes second nature if you ever became a screen printer and spent your last 30 or 40 years printing t-shirts. You're very aware of ink on your hands, because the first thing you do when you learn how to screen print is you get ink all over the shirts. Now that ink never dries until you put it through a dryer, so once you get it somewhere, it starts spreading all over there. It'll drive you crazy. You can remove all that. It takes eons of time to do, so you learn real quick to check your fingers all the time if you're going to be handling, the textiles, so you don't get ink all over the sleeves and the collars and wherever you grab it. So that is a little more. I'll do some more on these. Probably the next video I'll continue on doing a little bit of more color on here. So I just wanted to kind of show you guys what I use, and you do whatever you want, you can run these inks real thick if you want. Thing is, if you're going to be washing these things in a washing machine and stuff, that stuff will crack off after a while. So a lot of it is in the care after you're done with it. But that additive, you can set it with an iron or, probably just real high heat. I'll run this through a conveyor dryer because I've got a conveyor dryer. I'll do a bunch and then I'll just run them all through at once. Just set them. Sometimes I'll wash them too, so it's already faded as much as it's going to fade. And it is what it is then, right? That's how it's made. So, and I kind of want to see how this is the first time I've used this actual additive, but I've heard a lot about it. It's supposed to be pretty good. There's Liquitex makes one too, and there's different brands you can try. Of course, I look for inexpensive and some that have a little bit of a reputation. So give it a shot. Subscribe to this channel. Tell other people to subscribe if you don't mind. And I'll see you on the next one. Probably pretty soon because I'm going to be working on a lot of this stuff coming up. Okay, I'm out of here.